In this video, we're going to show you 3 different ways to connect your Rodecaster Pro Audio Mixer into your video camera. All 3 methods that we're going to show you today will work with any DSLR style video camera. We happen to be using the Sony A series in this video, but it'll also work with any point and shoot style video camera as well. Really anything with that 1/8 inch microphone level input on the side of the video camera, that's what this video is going to show you how to do. Now, for the purposes of this video right now, we have the EV RE20 mounted on a boom connected to the Rodecaster Pro. If we look at the audio input here on this, you can see that as I'm speaking naturally, I'm getting into that green sweet spot there. The only reason that I mention that is because obviously if you have your gain set up properly, that will affect the outputs of the audio mixer as well. We are recording directly to the SD card on the Rodecaster Pro right now. You can see a logo up in the top corner right now letting you know that you're listening to the audio mixer. If that logo changes to a logo of a video camera, you know that you'll be listening to the audio recording from the video camera for the 3 methods that we're going to show you in this video. Now, before we get into the actual connection of the audio mixer to the video camera, we do have 3 pieces of theory that we need to cover pretty quickly here. First of all, on the audio input of these DSLR and point and shoot style video cameras, it's important to know that the preamps or the volume control on these video cameras are horrible. You want to leave these cameras turned down as low as possible and do all the heavy lifting from the Rodecaster Pro. You'll get less noise, less hiss, less static, all that stuff. When you turn these inputs up, you'll introduce that. You would never want to leave this up at 15 or 20, for example. I leave it at the minimum amount. On this camera, I can't leave it at 0 because that turns the input off, but I'll leave it at 1. I know different brands like Canon and Nikon, they have different versions of the same thing, but the premise is the same. You want to leave this level as low as possible to leave the microphone on, but you want to do the heavy lifting from the audio mixer itself for the cleanest possible recording. Now, the second thing that we need to cover is the difference between a line level output of an audio mixer and the microphone level input of a video camera. This is kind of mitigated with our setup of having the audio record level on the video camera turned down all the way to the 1 out of 30 in this video right now. But it is important for you to know that generally speaking, line level outputs are quite a bit more powerful than what these mic level inputs are expecting. If you notice that you're getting clipping or distorting or anything like that, that's a red flag that you're sending too much audio from your audio mixer into your video camera. The first 2 methods that we're going to show you in this video don't really deal with this. The third method that we're going to show you in this video will have a solution for really bringing that level down. So if you're struggling with peaking and clipping and distortion, you're going to want to go with level 3 out of all the options that we're showing you in this video. Now, the last thing that we need to cover really quickly is the difference between a balanced signal and an unbalanced signal. I have a couple 1/4 inch jacks here in the palm of my hand. The first one here has 2 sections. It has a tip and a sleeve. This is known as a TS 1/4 inch jack. This is unbalanced. With a jack like this, you would not want to run longer than 15 feet. If you do, you'll get static, hissing, kind of intermittent fuzz in your signal. It will degrade the quality of your signal if you run these for a long distance. You would never want a 25 or a 50-foot version of a cable with a jack like this. Lots of people sell them. They will not give you the best quality possible. The second type of cable that you can have is a balanced 1/4 inch cable. This cable here has 3 sections. It has the tip, the ring, and the sleeve. You can see that it has 2 black lines. Now, this will get a little bit confusing here, but this jack can actually be used 2 ways. If you're using a stereo signal, like the headphone output of the Rodecaster Pro, it would be unbalanced because you're sending a left, a right, and a ground. But the other way that you can use this jack is in a balanced way where it sends a copy of the audio signal and a second copy of the same mono signal, just phase inverted, and a ground. And you can run this up to almost 1,000 feet to your destination. And when you connect it into a balanced input, that second copy of your mono signal will get rephase aligned, and that process is actually super cool. Will cancel out a lot of the noise on a long cable like that, and you can make really, really long runs. Commonly, I would always run up to 100 or 200 feet with XLR cable in the event industry, but the theoretical limit is up to about 1,000 feet with very minimal noise in your cable. So it is important to know the difference between balanced and unbalanced connection. With everything that we show you today, we're going to let you know whether it's balanced or unbalanced, so you know if you should be limiting the run to less than 15 feet or if the solution is viable for a camera that's 25, 50, or 100 feet away from the Rodecaster Pro. Now, the first option that we're going to show you here is pretty straightforward. We're going to connect the headphone output of the Rodecaster Pro. There's 4 on the back, 1 on the front. We're going to use one of the 4 on the back into the microphone input on your video camera. In order to do that, we're going to use a cable like this. So this is a TRS cable. It has balanced 1/4-inch jacks and a balanced 1/8-inch jack. But since we're running a stereo signal, because the headphone output of an audio mixer like this has left and right, this is still unbalanced. So you don't want to buy a 25-foot version of this cable. It will introduce more noise into your recording. But this will take the left, the right, and the ground from your headphone output and put it into channel 1 and 2 on the microphone input on your video camera. So let's make that connection now. On the back of the Rodecaster Pro, I'm going to plug this into headphone jack number 4. And then I'm going to take the other end of this cable, the 1/8-inch side of this cable, and connect it to the microphone level input on the video camera. Now, I had my headphone output turned up. So all my headphones outputs are turned down right now. You can see that I'm getting a little bit of level in the video camera microphone input. That's not uncommon, but you really do want to turn it up a little bit more. So I'm going to turn this up. Now you can see on these Sony cameras here that I have a scale somewhere between -20 and -3. You want to target somewhere in the middle there. For my personal preference, I target for my loudest moment of my recording to be somewhere around -6. So right where it's set right now, I would say I'm peaking around -6. This is absolutely perfect in my mind. You want to leave yourself headroom, especially for podcasts that are dynamic and you're telling jokes and you're laughing and all that type of thing, which is common with the Rodecaster Pro. I would really encourage a setting like this. Now, what happens if you really need more volume and you turn it up too much? I'm going to show you now. Once you push it past that -3 mark, you're going to get clipping, distortion. The camera is going to try to do all kinds of work to try save your audio for you. But if you record like this, I'm going to turn it down now because that's probably super obnoxious to listen to. If you record like this, you can't recover your audio. There's nothing that you can do to fix that audio that I just recorded because it is peaked and clipped. You lost information. So you don't want to do that. I really encourage you to stay somewhere down here in that -6 to -10 mark. I think you'll be much, much happier. It's a way safer choice, and you can always turn it up after when you're doing your video editing for your podcast or recording with the Rodecaster Pro. So this is option number 1. All right, so on the back of the Rodecaster Pro, you have the left and right stereo output. Option number 2, we're going to show you how to connect that left and right output on the back of the Rodecaster Pro and connect it to the microphone input on your video camera. In order to do that, you're going to need a cable like this. Again, we do have links down in the description below. This will take a 1/4-inch TS jack from the left plug and the left output of your audio mixer and another 1/4-inch TS jack that we can plug into the right output, and it'll merge that into the left and right input for your video camera. Let's connect this now. This is another unbalanced solution. Black goes in the left, red always goes to the right. So you would not want to run a cable like this longer than 25 feet or longer than 15 feet. You certainly wouldn't want to make a run 25 feet with a cable like this. It would be pretty low quality. We're going to connect this to the microphone input on the video camera. Now, just like previously, we have a very, very small signal coming in the camera right now, so we're going to turn up the stereo output on the Rodecaster Pro, and we're targeting that -6 to -8 or -10 mark. This is absolutely perfect. You can hear it right now. You should be hearing a nice high-quality version of the recording from the video camera. Again, just to show you for being complete, if we turn this up too much, you will get peaking and clipping and you cannot fix that audio. So I really encourage you to stay kind of halfway between that -3 and -20. I prefer to stay as close as I estimate to be at -10 or -6, somewhere in there is my preference. This is option number 2. It's unbalanced. You wouldn't want to run this longer than 15 feet. All right, so option number 3 is a bit more of a pro solution, and it does come at a little bit more of a pro price. You're going to need an audio interface for your video camera. That might sound a little bit funny because you have an audio mixer. Why do I need more equipment? But this is the best way to get balanced audio inputs into your video camera. These things vary between $50 and $1,000. This one was about $50. It's lasted me 10 years. I still use it all the time. It works really well. I'm going to show you some features that you want to look for. So on the top, there's a mounting screw so you can mount it to your video camera. On the bottom, there's another mounting screw so you can mount the tripod to this as well. It can sandwich between the tripod and the video camera. On the side, it has XLR balanced inputs. This means that you can run from your Rodecaster Pro, theoretically up to 1,000 feet with very little quality issues or static or anything like that in your recording. So this is more appropriate for making those 25, 50, or 100-foot runs. And on the other side of this audio interface, these do vary, but you have the ability to turn up and down the signal so your camera operator gets more control over the audio as well. And you can select whether or not you're giving it a microphone or a line level input. We spoke at the beginning of this video the difference between the line level outputs of this audio mixer. If you're getting a recording or an audio feed that is just clipping and is going crazy on your video camera, you can let it know that you're sending a line level signal, and it will bring that down in a healthy way for you so you have more control over the audio on your camera. Practically, for me, I think it's fine on mic level with the outputs of the Rodecaster Pro because I prefer to keep this output knob on the Rodecaster Pro turned down as much as possible because it can get a little bit noisy and hissy if you turn it up too much. So for that reason, I'll leave the inputs on a device like this set to mic level and send the smallest signal possible from the Rodecaster Pro. I hope that makes sense. So I'm going to connect this device to our video camera. It has an 1/8-inch cable that comes out of the back of it. It's designed for this. Again, we do have links down in the description below. Now to connect the Rodecaster Pro to that, we're going to need cables like this. This will take a balanced TRS 1/4-inch output of the back of the stereo output of the Rodecaster Pro and convert it to XLR. I recommend getting short versions of these cables, and if you have a long run, then get a 25 or 50-foot or 100-foot XLR cable and connect that to here. I never get specialized cables like this that are long, especially when you're connecting to something generic like XLR. It just doesn't make sense to have a 100-foot version of this cable in your inventory. You're better off with a small converter cable is what I'm trying to say. But for the purposes of this video, our run happens to be about a foot long, so we're going to use these and we're not going to introduce more cable. So I'm going to flip up the Rodecaster Pro here, and you can see that we're connecting to the left and right outputs. That down. Then we're going to make the corresponding connection to our camera interface here into the left and right inputs. Now, just because I've done this before, I'm going to turn the main output of our Rodecaster Pro up to about 70%, something like that. I found was a good level when I was testing this. And then we'll take our inputs of this camera interface and turn them up to about 60% as well. You will need to experiment. Sometimes, like I said before, the outputs of the Rodecaster Pro can get a little bit hissy. So maybe you want to turn that down a little bit and turn these up more. Really depends where the noise is coming from. But yeah, we do have some links with the options for you down in the description as well. But you can see right now I'm in that -6 to -8 mark, and I'm really happy. You can hear how this sounds. This is the only solution. This third option is the only one that I'd recommend for those 50, 100-foot, 25-foot runs, anything like that, anything that's a little bit farther away. If you're in a small podcast studio, just sharing a table with a couple cameras, options 1 and 2 will work for you. So just to recap, option 1, you can connect your headphone output to a video camera for any cable up to about 15 feet. Option 2, you can connect the stereo left and right outputs with a special cable to the input of your video camera up to about 15 feet. And option 3, you can basically run indefinitely up to 1,000 feet, and you get a lot more control, a lot more pro-grade solution. So it really depends what you want. Again, we do have links down in the description below. If you have any questions about anything that we've shown you in this video, please leave a comment down in the comment section below. And if you want to see more videos like this in the future, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.